Alright guys, here goes nothing. My name is Ty, aka the Delete King, and I will call myself a financial consultant, even though I'm just an entrepreneur helping people with their credit, improve their credit scores, improve their lives, get funding for their business. But anyways, I figure it's time I get started on my to-do list, which is to make content, and that content that's actually helpful that you guys could use to implement in your lives and improving your lives and fixing your credit. If you can't find it on the internet already, pretty much if you come across my page or my content, you can hear it from me. But anyways, I'll just dive straight into it. If you like this sort of stuff, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below, and the notification bell, and then I'll put out more content relating to credit, business funding. I'll never waste your time on this channel. Anyways, let's get straight to it. How to get a huge credit line increase, right? So I'll tell you, I only want to really speak from experience when it comes to these topics that you might see on my channel. Otherwise, I can tell you what I've heard and speak all these hypotheticals, but I hate when people do that, speak all these hypotheticals. I can tell you personally, like I have over 6 figures in credit lines. And my favorite bank to work with at the moment is Chase. I have a few AMEX cards, and I have a few other little store cards, and I can pretty much summarize it like that, right? So you have an idea of what type of credit I have. Now, how can you get higher credit limits? Well, first things first, what's your credit score, right? And not only what's your credit score, is what does your credit report look like? I know growing up, they always told us your report card is the most important thing in the world. Oh my God. But when you become an adult, your credit report becomes the most important thing in the world, right? And until you realize that, you might not get excited about credit. You might not know what it is. But the day that you realize how important credit is, and not only how important it is, how exciting it is with the opportunities that it will get you, when you use it the right way, it becomes awesome. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, back on track. How can you get high credit limits? Basically, what does your credit report look like? So we want to analyze your credit report. What type of credit cards do you have already? And it's gonna go like this. Basically, you apply for a couple cards. You can start off with secured cards, right? I started, my first credit card was a secured card. I took $300 to TCF, and they gave me a credit card in return, and that was my limit, $300. And I never, I just used it here and there. No big deal. I didn't even know how much of a big deal it was. I just listened to my mother told me to go get this secured credit card. And she's, till this day, she doesn't even get excited about credit. She has a perfect 850 credit score. But back then she gave me that small little piece of advice, go get a secured card. I got a secured card. And then I did a lot of, so from there, I never really maxed out that card, you know what I mean? Back then I still used debit cards. I don't know, I don't even use my debit card anymore unless I'm literally at the bank depositing money or something like that. But yeah, I want to try and get through this video without rambling. But anyways, back on track. What I was saying, from that card, I went on to, I did a lot of shopping at Best Buy, so I got a Best Buy card. Back in the day, I don't know if I got approved the first time around, but I eventually got approved, and I did a lot of spending. I'm an elite customer at Best Buy. When you spend over $3,000 every year with them, they give you this little card, and you're an elite customer, and you get 45 days to return items rather than the 15 days or whatever. And then I don't know, I like that card. Anyways, it's a store card. But let me get to how you can increase your credit score limits, right? You just got to build up a little bit of history, right? Get a few cards, try your best, never be late on time. If I knew it, man, just never be late on time. That's all I'm gonna say. Never be late on a payment. Never be late on your credit card payments. You always want to pay it before the due date. And then credit, how to get huge credit line increases has to do with how people trust you with credit in the first place. I mean, credit is based off your credibility. You know what I'm saying? So a few tricks that I've learned is essentially is how you use the card that really matters, right? I know when I had a $9,000 card with Chase, I just would use it a lot, you know, and one day I woke up and it was 20,000, right? And I know that's not real practical advice to say like, oh, just use your card and you're gonna get a credit line increase. It was how I used the card. I used the card where it was like almost maxed out, but I never really maxed it out, and I never missed a payment. And you know, I had to hit that sign up bonus because some cards come with sign up bonuses. So once you get a new card, if you don't like the limit, that's step one. Once you get a new card, you can always call the reconsideration line for whatever bank, whatever lender you're working with. If they approve you for the card, even if they approve you and say yes, you get the card, and you still don't like the limit, there's a good chance that you could get a higher limit if you just call back right away and say, hey, you guys just told me yes on this card I applied for, but can you increase the limit? That's a good idea that you should consider when trying to get a credit line increase. Just call the reconsideration line right away. And you want to make sure they're not going to do another hard pull, right? You just got to get that clear out the way. You already put yourself through that, getting a hard inquiry on your report, because every time you get a new credit card, you get a hard inquiry. Now, some credit cards, they don't allow you to increase your limits without pulling your credit again to check your credit. Oh, you want more credit? All right, cool. By the way, we're going to pull your card. We're going to pull your credit report again. You want to always verify that, you know, is it going to be a soft pull or a hard pull? All right, so I'm hoping you guys are following me. I'm trying to speak from experience, and I'm trying to speak in a way that's practical, and speak in a way that you guys can actually take action on the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? You got to build your history, you know, pay things on time. You might start off with small limits, and then if you do get approved for some better cards, with some, even the limits that you do like, the limits are going to get higher and higher the more you get trusted with credit and you build your age under your accounts, right? But when it comes to increasing your limits, you essentially want to be careful how you max out that card, right? You want to, if you're gonna max out a personal credit card, which is not a good idea because that could be damaging to your credit. That can almost look as bad as a bankruptcy or a collection. I've heard when you max it out up to 90. And yeah, I've even talked to one of my clients this morning about this. Two of her cards were maxed out. She had a 97% and 100% utilization on two of her cards. It was a $500 card and another $500. I was like, ma'am, you can't do this, please. Like you know what I'm saying? She was wondering why her score is going down. It needs to be going up. Like, we're fixing your credit, you know what I mean? But you can't have these maxed out cards. All right, never max out your cards. Whatever cards you get, if it's on the personal side, keep it under 30%, preferably under 10. Anyways, back to the main topic so I can wrap up this video. Like I was saying, you get a new card, say it's $5,000. You know what I mean? Hopefully you get a sign-up bonus with that. But swipe that card, get the work, pay it off. Swipe it, get the work, pay it off. You always want to pay it off, you know, in 20 days, preferably before, you know, the statement date if you're trying to avoid interest. But if it's one of those 0% cards where you get an introductory period, and I'm gonna go over these terms. I'm talking fast and talking a lot of credit lingo, but I'll go over these terms in future videos on this channel. Just like and subscribe and all that, and you'll get hip to it. But if you get like a card that doesn't charge you interest for the first like 12 months, for example, I've heard it's a good idea to swipe the card. You can leave it at a high balance, but you can leave you can make sure that the statement date hits before you pay it off, before it says this is the balance due, right? So it shows that, boom, you had a $5,000 limit, and then you spent like $4,000 or $4,500 right? You let the statement date come, and then you pay it off before the due date. You know what I mean? So that data can actually go to the reporting agencies and stuff. And then you just pay it down to zero. You know what I mean? As long as you shows that you can just keep paying it off, right? You want to pretty much show the banks that you're maxing out this card and you're paying it off on time, maxing out this card, paying it off on time. That could be a hint to the bank that you need more money. You need like you're doing good business with them, you're paying them on time, but your credit's not high enough for the business that you're doing. And like you essentially really want to be doing this with business cards over personal cards, right? Because personal cards, like I said, if you max those out, it's not a good thing. But on the business side, you can max those out, you can go crazy, and it's not going to show up on your personal credit report. But yeah, I've heard people, you got to do research ahead of time as well. Like I was doing some research just now on different cards and stuff, and how to get a credit line increase with AMEX, right? Based off, I was on a call with a consultant, another person that knows credit, knows a lot more than I do, and he said, yeah, he looked at my report, he said, yo, we can get you approved for at least 10,000 with AMEX right now. So we did the application, and boom, now I didn't get approved for 10,000 like he expected, right? And my scores were over like 750, and I was like, but I'm guessing it had something to do with like Corona and the whole pandemic and everything. But anyways, yeah, he was shocked about that. But the tips that he gave me specifically with AMEX is that you want to apply every 90 days, but don't apply for more. Like when I say apply, you want to ask for a credit line increase every 90 days, and you don't want to ask for more than 3 times your limit. So, yeah, I've heard other people have different experiences with AMEX. They're really generous with most people, and they give them at least $10,000 starting out. But maybe it's not the case. Other people like me, when I started with Chase, they gave me $9,000 starting out. They gave another company that I helped get business credit, they gave them $11,000 starting out. So I'm familiar with, my experiences, but other people can have different experiences and tell you something different. Like I don't know why AMEX started me out so low, but yeah, you want to apply for a credit line increase, but don't ask for more than 3 times your current limit off the gate when you first get started. So $2,000 limit, you want to ask for 6,000, and then get approved for that. And 90 days later, go from 6 to 18 when you ask for that credit line increase. The cool thing about AMEX, which I'm double checking the research before, because I've asked for a credit line increase with AMEX before, but I actually asked for like 10,000. I was trying to skip. I was like, just match my other business credit cards, but didn't work. So that's why I'm making this video real quick, to let you know my experience, because it helps to just see other people, different people experiences. If you're watching this video, you're most likely a person that's doing your research on credit. You know what I mean? And you're trying to find information that you don't already know or something like that. I'm just assuming. Or you know nothing about credit. But that's just how I do research, just learning from other people's experience with credit, different companies, AMEX specifically. But yeah, with Chase, using their card frequently, one day you can wake up to a large limit if you max out their cards. And that's also advice that's not only my experience, but I've also heard that from other experts in the space. If you max out their cards, and you're really responsible with paying it off early. And not only paying it off early, you pay every single week. I heard that's a tip too. Just pay every single week. And now that in hindsight, I remember I used to do that too. Like, I just pay it down, boom. I literally just paid every single week. Yeah, I did do that. That's funny. I didn't wait till the due date. I like to pay way earlier than the due date. Anyways, I see that the time of this video is starting to get a little bit long. I didn't want to make this video too long. But just, Amex, Chase, and there's plenty of other cards. Plenty of other cards, you know what I mean? But that's it for now, just to keep this video short. I really hope you got value out of this video. I will be making a lot more content like this to help you guys out and just speak from experience and speak in a way that you guys can actually apply the information, not no hypotheticals. But yeah, like and subscribe. If you need your credit fixed, deleteking850.com. Follow me on Instagram at deleteking850 if you want to see results that I get from my clients. I post the results on there, and then yeah, we can do anything like fix your credit, get you in a spot where you can get high limit credit cards and learn about finance and stuff like that. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching this video all the way through. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Got a little bonus for you, because I just remembered something, right? Recently had an experience where one of my credit cards, they actually dropped the limit by like $20,000. And I was like shocked. I was like, saw my credit score go down, the utilization. It was a nightmare. I had to get it fixed. I called. I said, what can we do? I'm like, I didn't really use the card that much, but it's still like a high limit credit card. So one thing when it comes to high limit credit cards is the income that you're putting on on your applications, or even in your credit line increases. Because the credit line increases, they do ask for like, hey, what's your income looking like? You know what I mean? Take that in consideration. I'm not gonna tell you what to put for income, but should be somewhere in the 5 figures per month. Maybe that might help you to keep, you know what I mean? It's gotta make sense for them. You know what I mean? Because you gotta pay this stuff back every 30 days. So what does your monthly income look like? You know what I mean? But that's just a quick tip. You definitely wanna do your research if you gotta hop on Reddit. When it comes to your monthly or your gross or projected income, all that stuff, do your research on what those answers should be. If you subscribe, then, you know what I mean? Later on, I might tell y'all what is a good idea to put for the income. I'm not saying to lie or anything. I'm just saying, think about it. You want high credit lines, then what do you, like, your income has to make sense. You know what I mean? Everything has got to add up. You know what I mean? But yeah, subscribe. Maybe later I'll tell you how I got my credit card back to 25,000. I got it back up there. It was a quick fix. It happened in like 5 minutes. But yeah, that's it for now. Just a little bonus.